the result of the activities generated by the growing of cotton. Available statistics shows that between 1980 and 1990, the economies of southern and northern parts of Nigeria, especially Kaduna and Kano, were driven by the agro-industrial subsectors with emphasis on cotton and textile production. These states had several mills. Kaduna, for instance, at a point had about 10 textile mills with direct employment of more than 10,000 workers and over 20,000 indirect employment from allied industries. During this period, the country was on the verge of becoming a major player and supplier of good quality wax-resistant textile known as Ankara. At a point, it was estimated that the textile industry was generating an average of $2 billion per year, with nothing less than 180 textile factories all over the country. However, the development had become part of history, as Nigeria presently is nowhere to be found in the world of textile business, with an averment that low-quality textile output of farmers contributed largely to the collapse of the industry. But our hope is not lost, as scientists have identified a new variety of cotton seeds with high-quality fiber, which is expected to contribute largely to the textile revival initiative of the federal government. What is this beet cotton? What are its characteristics that makes it different from other species? These and many more will be our focus as I host the National Coordinator, Open Forum on Agriculture, Biotech Nigeria, Rose Gidado, on today's edition of Stepping Up. I am Kemi Fakeye. The program is Stepping Up, and you are welcome to this week's edition of this program. And we have with us in the studio the National Coordinator, Open Forum for Agriculture, Biotechnology, Nigeria, in person of Rose Gidado. You're welcome to Stepping Up.
Thank you.
Yes, Open Forum for Agriculture, Biotechnology. What is the mandate of this forum?
Okay, it's actually Open Forum on Agricultural Biotechnology in Africa, Nigeria chapter.
Okay.
That is OFAP. The short form of it is an OFAP Nigeria chapter. It's an initiative of the African Agricultural Technology Foundation, that's ATF, based in Kenya. It's an initiative for that was created to actually share knowledge, share information, disseminate information, that's scientific information, information that's factual on the benefits of agricultural biotechnology. Is actually meant to raise the profile of biotechnology usage in agriculture because of the issues, controversial issues that we have about this technology. It's a platform where scientists and the general public, under the general public we have the farmers, we have the policymakers, we have the lawmakers, we have the media, including you, and the civil society groups, you know, and all the professional bodies where they come under. We started as monthly meetings, come under the same platform to discuss pertinent issues surrounding the usage of biotechnology in agriculture.
Okay, how does this apply to Nigeria?
It applies to Nigeria because one, we have a National Biotechnology Development Agency in Nigeria, that's NABDA, that is saddled with the mandate to promote biotechnology activities in Nigeria in the different sectors of the economy. We have health sector, we have industry, we have environment, and then we have agriculture. And of course, you know, for us to really make agriculture the mainstay of the economy, we need to use appropriate technologies to actually raise productivity of agriculture, as our farmers have been in subsistence farming for so many years. And biotechnology is actually one of those technologies that could contribute to actually raising the productivity of farmers and so on and so forth. And so NAFDA hosts this initiative in Nigeria. Is actually a project that is created specially to manage information flow from the scientific community to the public.
So how much of advocacy is your organization embarking on to ensure that the people are sensitized on this new technology?
We have been into a lot of advocacy. We've been doing a lot of advocacy activities. We started right from 2009 up till date. But because Nigeria is large, and diverse, it's not being felt, that much. But I know we've done quite a lot. We have gone out to the different geopolitical zones of the country. We've been to all the 6 geopolitical zones. I think some we've gone there like 2-3 times. We've been to Katsina, we've been to Gombe, we've been to Taraba, we've been to Kogi State, we've been to Cross River, we've been to Edo. A lot I can't mention. We've also been to universities, to secondary schools. Within Abuja, we've done covered quite some. And we've also embarked upon TV activities, TV programs. I think we have sponsored a 26 episode program here in NTA. We did it in 2017.
Will you say the people are gradually accepting the technology?
So people are gradually accepting because why am I saying so? Farmers, we have many farmers. All those places we went to, then we didn't have a product, but I knew that we made quite a lot of impact because after that, farmers have been calling, when are we having access to these seeds? Where are the seeds? How can we have the seeds? So farmers were looking forward to, and that's why we didn't repeat some states because we didn't have a product. Okay. But at least now we're having a product at hand.
Which one?
We're having BT cotton now.
Okay.
Yeah, commercialization is starting soon. We have obtained approval from the National Varietal Release Committee, which is housed in Ibadan at Nagrab. And so we are also expecting that by December we're going to have approval for the release of BT beans, that's pod borer resistant and cowpea.
Okay.
So we have done quite a lot of activities.
How much of collaboration are you doing with Farmers Association and the agency that is saddled with the responsibility of this biotechnology promotion in Nigeria? We've been collaborating with AFAN. AFAN is All Farmers Association of Nigeria. We've also been collaborating with other bodies that are under AFAN. We have the NACOTAN, National Cotton Association, that's NACOTAN. We're also dealing with the potato farmers, with so many of them, so many different groups, the Gineries section, the wards. There are so many farmer groups that we've been working with, and it's been quite, very, very impressive. They've been hopeful, and we've taken them out, some of them, to see them for themselves. That's we've embarked upon seeing is believing tours, where we had taken them outside the country to some African countries for them to go and see for themselves, because a lot of negative information that goes around about this technology or about the products of modern biotechnology, when you hear about it, you'll be scared. A lot of rumor mongering, a lot of scaremongering all among the populace. People peddle a lot of information that it causes cancer. Some will say it pollutes the environment, it pollutes the soil. It can coexist. Normal coexistence, happens
when you plant a GM crop and a non-GM.
Okay.
And even when you're, even outside those countries, in those countries where this technology is being, you know, commercialized, practiced, when you're planting, they plant along with the non-GM of that crop. Because they do well. They plant, you either, there's what we call a refugia, because I have developed it to resist some insects, of course. So for me not to put so much pressure on my developed crop, I can do maybe 10% or 20% plants, those ones that are improved, that's non-transgenic, all around, so that the pressure of the insect will rest on those ones.
All right. Okay, let's now talk about biotech cotton. What makes this one different from the ones that we've grown up to know in Nigeria?
The genetically modified cotton and the non-modified, of course, they're the same look, same appearance, you know, same color. The only difference, of course, between the two is that the new one has a gene in it, and the gene is actually to protect the crop against insect infestation. And what is that insect? It's the most notorious of all the insects. If you plant cotton, cotton is susceptible to so many insects attack. And one of it is what we call the bollworm, the pink bollworm. The pink bollworm, I think, causes the most ravaging damage in the cotton. And because of that, even breeders have run away from breeding cotton. Farmers have run away from cotton cultivation. And that is why today we have so many industries in comatose. In Nigeria, the textile industry has been down, and it was the second largest employer of labor in those days, around the 60s, 70s. But you know, when we started having problems with cotton cultivation, you know, you are dealing with so many things, soil fertility, and then you're dealing with insects, many insects at the same time. I mean, farmers cultivate and no gain, nothing, no yield, very low yield, you know, 250 kilogram, you know, per hectare to maybe 900 or 950, also not up to 1 ton, and that is very, very discouraging. And so it pulls the farmer down. The farmer has to do like 10 sprays, 10, 12 sprays for him to have strong yields. And the chemicals are not really doing, I mean, because the farmer inhales it all the time. He carries it at his back. It's labor intensiveness. He sprays, and you have to have a large volume of water. And if you are in an area that is arid, of course, where will you get the water? Water is an essential commodity in those areas. And then you are polluting the environment with chemicals. And these chemicals, the accumulation of it, is one of those factors that cause greenhouse gas effects. And that greenhouse gas effect actually causes global warming, the rise in temperature and all. And then the same chemicals, when it rains, they are being washed away down to our rivers. And in the rural areas, they don't have access to tap water, clean water. They drink from the same river. So what do you think you're doing, you know, to the rural people? And so the difference is that my new crop is able to resist, because it has a new characteristic in it, you know, meant to actually scare away the insects or destroy the insects, and the insects will not be bothering it again. That's the difference. It has a new gene inside that has been incorporated, and that gene will express itself and of course protect the plants or the crop against the attack by those insects.
Let's take a short break at this point. When we come back, we'll continue on the advantages of this biotech cotton to Nigeria and farmers. Viewer, just stay with us. We'll be back in a moment. You're welcome back. The program is still stepping up, and the National Coordinator, Open Forum on Agriculture, Biotech Nigeria, Rose Gidado, is still with us in the studio talking about this new technology, the import of the new technology in Nigeria, how receptive the people are now, and the new variety of cotton being introduced into the country, the advantages. Yes, you have introduced us. Will this new gene in the new cotton ensure higher yields?
Yes, of course, with the new gene in the new cotton now, because they put in something new, it's now a new variety of crop. It has brought into it a protection against insects and pest attack. And so, and that protection against insect and pest attack means higher yield for farmers. And farmers would actually have 4.1 to 4.4 tons, because we have two new varieties of
how
the
many
crop.
acres?
Is that 4.1 to 4.4 is per hectare?
Okay.
Yes. And so the farmer will have that. That's the kind of yield the farmer is going to have, and you know that that actually translates to profit, and from there to money. That's empowerment, and there will be access to market. We already have the market because we have those industries, the textile industries. They'll be revamped. So these are like some of the advantages: revamp or revitalization of the textile industry, the ginneries that have been there, that are out of jobs, and so there'll be job creation, and then wealth creation, of course. All our youth, that have been redundant, they will have new jobs, because this industry used to create 25,000 jobs, but today it's not there. So they are all going to come back into life.
And will the country have the possibility of exporting it?
Of course, the country will be able to export. It's actually low yields that's affecting all this. And they're not just high yield. You're going to have a quality fiber, a higher quality fiber. Because these insects, when they come, because some of them are stainers, they come when, the activity, what they have, their activity on the crop affects the quality of the lint, of course. So we're going to have higher quality, lint quality, of course, and then the fiber strength, of course, will also go higher, will be better than the better than the conventional cotton.
Out of everything that we produce in Nigeria and that we are endowed with, why interest in cotton production?
Our interest is not just cotton. It's every crop that we know you have problems with, and we can proffer solutions, and the scientists, the breeders, the agronomists can proffer solution to it. It's not just cotton. We have other crops. We have cowpea, that is beans. We have rice. We have a project going on at the National Cereals Research Institute, Badegi. It's called nitrogen use efficient, water use efficient, and drought tolerant rice. So it's got 3 traits in one crop, and it's all to help solve problems that can't be solved by any other means. And so it's the technology is an intervention tool. You use it where you think you have used others and they failed. So the technology comes in very handy. It's a combination of all. That's both the conventional and the modern. You put it together and make the best use of it.
Is the organization involving our research institutes in Nigeria, in all this?
Of course, we're working hand in hand. This OFAP that we are calling, the members, the OFAP is being run by a programming committee, PC, we call it PC, and the members of that committee are drawn from the Agric Research Institute. So we work as one, we work in unison to move agriculture forward. This BT cotton, it's by Institute for Agricultural Research, IAR Zaria, Ahmadu Bello University, and then the newest rice is by the National Cereals Research Institute. So we handle the communication components of all these projects. public education, of course, sharing knowledge and sharing information, not just like information, but knowledge, scientific facts, those scientific facts, like bridging that gap that exists between the public and the scientists. So we are in the middle and we coordinate. Of course, I told you from the beginning that we coordinate biotech activities, we promote, we carry out R&D as well, and then we facilitate, we domesticate, we make sure that the technology is domesticated, and then we're also into policy formulation in the area of biotechnology in the different aspects. Health, of course, is also very important. Some of the vaccines that we have, most of them are GMOs, they're genetically modified. Today you go to the hospital, you carry out tests, malaria or what, in 15 minutes, 20 minutes, your test result is out. So it's all the use of the modern technology, the modern biotech, you know. So the technology touches us, touches our lives in all
diverse ways. So what assurance are you now giving to Nigerians and farmers, so to say, that this technology is not harmful, it's geared towards ensuring food security in the country?
Yeah, I'm giving them 100% assurance that their fears should be allayed. The technology is useful, as it has history of safe use in other parts of the world. The technology is endorsed by the internationally recognized body, that's WHO, World Health Organization. Of course, when it comes to issue of health and all, you know, safety, food safety, you know, the WHO is on the lead in this. And then Food and Agricultural Organization is also on the lead to nutrition security worldwide. And they have carried out their independent studies on this, the safety of these genetically modified organisms, products, foods, crops, and all. And they concluded that they are actually safe as their conventional counterparts. And so fears should be allayed. And in Nigeria, we have that regulatory framework is in place and is working. They have a lab, of course. They should trust the government. Governments cannot actually bring anything that is not safe and give, you know, her people. Government is after the safety of the lives of Nigerians and all. And so
thank you very much, National Coordinator OFAB Nigeria, Rose Gidado. It's been nice rubbing minds with you on Stepping Up this week.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for your insights.
I appreciate your inviting me to share the information I have and my knowledge on this technology.
Thank you. Well, on this note, viewer, we shall be saying bye-bye on today's edition of Stepping Up. Thank you for being there. My name is Kemi Fakeye. Bye for now.